Assalamu alaikum, my dear family. I hope you are fine. So today's session is going to be on Cambridge igcse First Language English. Paper is 050013. The variant is 13. The May June 2025 paper. Right. Today we will be doing the question number 3 from the text C. So this is the text C. We will be specifically doing question number 3. This is text C, Jojo's interview. You guys can read the text, pause the video, read the text first, give a reading to it in detail, and after reading it, we will be coming towards, a temptation of the question number 3. All right, since you have read the text, Jojo's interview, and you got to know about Jojo and Ben, they work together, all the, uh, scenarios happened in this entire text, and whatever the story is, each and everything you are familiar with now. Okay, now you will be able to easily write question number 3. But then, since it's a journal entry, question is they're saying read text, see Jojo's interview, and then third, and then give answer question number 3 on the question paper. You are Ben. You will be in this role now. When Jojo returns that evening, you have an honest conversation about the events of the day. Conversation they have given you, it should be about the events of the day only and your plans for the business. So, conversation about the events of the day, and the second conversation is going to be about the plans for the business. So, you have to create a balance between both of them, right? You're persuade Jojo to you persuade. You're going to convince him to continue working with you as your new business partner, right? So you have to completely rely on these bullet points now with the paragraph. I'll let you know each everything how to paragraph it, which how many paragraphs will be, the standard ones, and explain what Jojo felt about his interview experience that afternoon. And then there are two things in each bullet point. When there is and, it means after and there is another story you have to mention. Why he did not accept the job. But as it's a journal entry, we know the genre is the journal entry, so it should be in an informal. It's an informal writing. It should be in a casual wordings, but like kind of an amiable one, but not exactly the you can say formal language you have to use. So you can add on the friendly kind of language. Explain the changes you will make to your own behavior. The first thing, and the buildings to improve Jojo's work life. So these are two things as well. In every bullet point itself there are two things explained and we have to discuss those two things. So altogether we have to discuss 6 points and we have to elaborate them all, right? How will we do it? Now let's see. The word limit is 250 to 350. 15 marks for the content, 10 marks for the quality. Quality includes your spelling, punctuation, grammar, your sentence structure, written expression, how best variation you bring in the sentence structures. Either your sentence starters, especially your sentence starters, either your sentence starters are having any variations or they are those boring sentence starters, every time you start with the same thing, with the same pronoun, with the same, verb. So this is you need to, think about. The first thing is that you have to fully address all the three bullet points. This we got to know. We have to develop the ideas, not just repeating the text. We have to develop our own ideas. We have to sound like Ben here. Specifically about this text I'm talking about because this is the journal writing we are practicing. Okay, so we have to make our voice authentic, like Ben shows insight into Jojo's feeling. Clear future business plan, which should be a convincing plan, not a normal one. So you need to first think of this plan, right? Always you have to articulate, you have to think whatever plan you are thinking, and then you have to, jot down. Fluent, varied sentence structure, bring variation in your sentence structure. Okay, since now So the example trend is being offered an astronaut costume rather than a chef's apron was the final humiliation. This is the best sentence so far. Let me just segregate it into two lines so it should be there on one screen. This is the strength of the sentence. If you will be writing like this, you will be getting a star. Okay, so this is what it is. This shows inference that you have written it, you have given the inferred meaning, you have added emotional depth, and you have wrote it in your own wordings. But then there are what the students do. The students used to write, Jojo did not like the job because it was a children's restaurant. He had to wear a costume, and then these kind of things. So this is a big no. This is too simple, no emotional depth, no development, no detailed plan, and very basic vocabulary. So you will be getting into the negative markings through these simple word limit, sentence structure. So he refused. It was children's restaurant. He had to. Never started with the same pronoun, with the same basic pronouns. You have all those 8 parts of speech: noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition. So you can switch. You have lots of, opportunity to begin your sentence with. Then, okay, the perfect structure the students should follow. Now, you have to memorize this 4 paragraph pattern. Paragraph 1, Jojo's feelings you have to embed. This is first bullet 1. In the Jojo's feelings, you have to embed the disappointment, the expectation versus reality, and why he refused. Okay, you need to write down this thing. Use the emotional vocabulary like disillusioned, embarrassed, frustrated, betrayed. First, you will be just writing the, perfect structure you have to follow, and then you will write on your own. I will also show you the sample. I'll read it for you, but you will not copy the sample which I'll show you. You will write on your own so as to see that what actually your understanding was. The second paragraph is going to be where you are going to talk about my behavior changes. You have to admit the fault, you have to show maturity, you then have to promise the respect. This shows the character development and this will lead you to the high marks. Okay? I'm sure you're writing with it. Although you'll be getting the recorded session as well at the end, but still, you can write. You can, ask me to wait or even take the
Ma'am,
screenshots.
ma'am,
Yes,
how does this differ to the letter or the interview that we did earlier?
because letter was, something formal. And letter was basically, there is no such, exact difference between the letter and journal when they told you to just be in that character. Because in the letter, they exactly told you the same thing. Isn't it so? You need to be in that specific role. So, but that was just the intention, was the purpose of the letter was different. There are 4 things, which differ the genres: the purpose, the audience, the genre, and the style of writing.
So, ma'am, is a journal entry like a diary?
It is like a diary entry, your day findings. Like you did something in the day and then you just recovered that the resolution was there and it ended up. Paragraph 1 is this. Paragraph 2 is when your behavior changes. You admit the fault, you show maturity, you promise respect, and then this shows the character development and high marks. Paragraph number 3 is when you are building improvements and um, in the paragraph number 3, you have to build improvements and then you need to continue the bullet point 2 because there was a detailed in the bullet point 2. In this, you're going to generator repair. You are just bringing yourself into generator repair, your modern equipments, the better workspace. You will be giving him more ideas that, this is how we will be, managing.
So should I explain it like an interview or a letter or differently?
Basically, it's going to be a journal entry, and but still, the question is, let's give a reading to a question once again. Is there any keyword of the interview mentioned here?
They said that the text itself is an interview.
Huh, but the text is interview, but the key point of the interview is not mentioned. It's the key point is journal entry. Base your journal what you have read in the text. Be careful to use your own words, and just you have to create an honest conversation about the events of the day. See, again and again they're saying it's an honest conversation. And you persuade now, when you're talking about the second bullet point in the middle of that, you're persuading Jojo to continue working with you. And then definitely you're not going to create any interview. Why are you stuck in that? You need to just be so much clear that it's just a conversation. Conversation means conversation. You're convincing, you're persuading. It's just a daily findings, daily discussion. It's a day discussion. You are embedding the feelings into it, but then you are convincing him. You're convinced. While you're convincing, you are extremely, motivational. Your tone is quite motivated. It's a generator repair. It's a modern equipment. You will be talking about better works where you will be practical, but not vague. Your idea would not be unclear here. The paragraph 4 will be moving on towards the third bullet point where your business plans and skills will be highlighted. Jojo, the creativity. Ben is the man talking about the management. You will be dividing your roles, right? You will be talking about discussing the future ideas. Discuss this, and then there should be a hopeful ending where you can at least drop the a little, future plan or future findings, or future prediction, that if you will achieve this, then you can even expand it to something better, right? So just follow this first. I'm showing you the sample response too. All bullets covered fully. You will be getting the A star. Clear understanding, ideas extended logically, no copying. Writing is 9 to 10. Confident tone, varied vocabulary, complex sentences, and clear paragraphing. No awkward phrasing. And then common mistakes. Copy phrasing like silver astronaut themed attire, please don't do it. Writing like a summary, please don't. Ignoring one bullet point will let you lose, a few marks. Making Ben sound childish, please don't. Both are mature. Writing because you are planning for the business, it means that you're both mature. Writing fewer than 250 words, leading you to negative marking, right?
Ma'am, can you even share the sample response?
Yeah, sure, I can. The examiner's secret tip is that the difference between 18 to 25 and 23 plus is insights students must follow: emotional understanding, character growth, and logical future planning. Okay, so this is the 330 words approximately word limit, the journal entry. C. Today has been uncomfortable, but perhaps necessary. When Jojo returned this evening, I finally understood how close I came to losing him. He told me the interview had been nothing like he expected. He had imagined a refined kitchen where his skills and imagination would be valued. First, it was an interview. Instead, he found a brightly decorated children's venue serving reheated frozen meals. Being shown an inflatable astronaut helmet rather than a chef's station felt insulting to someone who takes pride in fresh ingredients and careful preparation. He said he realized he would never be fulfilled there. I could see how deeply disappointed he was, even if he tried to laugh it off. So it was all the before, information which we have given and extracted from the text. Listening to him made me reflect on my own behavior. Since father retired, I have been too eager to prove myself. I corrected him sharply this morning and treated him more like an employee than a partner. That will change. I need to respect his expertise and stop undermining him in front of guests. From now on, we make decisions together. I also want to improve his working environment, repair the unreliable generator properly, redecorate the kitchen, and invest in modern equipment so he can cook with confidence and creativity. We have real potential here. Jojo brings originality, passion, and technical skill. I understand our customers and the business side of things. Together, we can introduce seasonal menus using local produce, host special dining evenings, and promote the hotel more effectively. We don't need gimmicks, we need quality and teamwork. Tonight reminded me that success depends on trust. If I value Jojo properly, both our friendship and this business can flourish. So this is actually a sample response, but you can even write better than this, can't you?
Miss in the
Because I feel hmm,
Miss in the last paragraph, Ben was only talking about Jojo but not himself.
himself exactly. There's something missing into it. I feel like, but just gave you a simple sample response. They have extracted from the text, but then there's something missing in this. So this is what you need to add on and reflect upon, right? I have given you a sample that how will you segregate it into four paragraphs, but then you need to build up the best response. This is actually not an A star one. I've showed you a sample, but then you can create the best one too. Okay. So this was all from my side. I hope that you have understood the journal entry because it's just a conversation which we need to build up. We need to create a convincing. We need to do the daily findings, the discussion, the recommendations, the predictions, and then motivation as well. There is sometimes where there's a low point when a person is feeling, when Jojo is feeling a bit, low, and then Ben is actually lifting him up. So throughout, you need to create a sentence structure, chronological manner, and then, produce a best one. And I'm sure you can do it, right? This was all from my side. I hope you have learned a lot through this. Question number three, journal entry. And try to attempt this question and share your sample responses with me. Okay. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned. Allah Hafiz.